Hi, I'm Amy Abney, and this is Michelle Lopez.
And we will be conducting a financial audit using Mindbridge AI to evaluate the accuracy and integrity of Builder Inc.'s financial records. The purpose of this audit is to identify any potential risk factor areas. The first step is we could do team 2.
Okay.
Okay, and for the next step, we're going to create our engagement. The engagement name is going to be Case Study A. The library would be Mindbridge for Profit. And then the reporting frequency, it'll be annually. And then the month is January. The fiscal date is 1. The audit period end date is December 31st, 2023. Industry would be construction. The ERP is going to be SAP Business One. And then for the engagement lead, go ahead and select yourself. Save and continue. Alrighty, now we are creating an analysis. The name will be General Ledger Analysis. Interim analysis. The start date is January 1st, 2023. And it'll be September 30th, 2023. The end date is December 31st, 2023.
Okay.
And now we will create our analysis. Okay, so next to chart of accounts, we will browse for the COA Excel file. Now we will select continue. And then we see the 4 check marks. We can select next. Okay, and then those check
Yeah.
marks. Alrighty, and then now we will go to the interim general ledger and browse for the general ledger Excel file. And to validate that, we're going to select continue. We see the green checks, next. And then the mapped column should have green checks.
Yep.
And then now we could select next. The analysis period checks. I could select next. And then we have that transaction summary there. We could scroll down and select next. Alrighty, so here we're going to adjust the material value to $10,000. And for the manual entry, we're going to type in MJ in the manual entry type. That'll just be MJ. And then to the suspicious keywords, we're going to be adding Steve Smith. Now we're going to finish our import. Now we're going to navigate to the settings on the left-hand side on the bottom. We're going to click engagement settings, general ledger. And now we're going to navigate to scores. We're going to expand the bridge scores list. Very suspicious word. to 15%. The weekend post to 0%, since they typically operate over the weekend. And we're going to save up at the top. So the reason for change for suspicious keyword was increased control weight to show outliers. And now for the weekend post, that is normal operation. No risk. And now we're going to select done. Okay, now we're going to run our analysis. Oh. Okay, so now we can go ahead and view our results for our analysis. We can navigate over to the risk overview tab. And here we're going to click on the high risk group. We're going to review the transactions that have been identified as high risk. Each individually was there for material hardware, roofing.
Okay. Thank you.
Select the transactions in bulk. And we're going to create a task. And we're going to name the audit area high risk. And now we're going to save it. Okay. Now we will select the risk overview tab. We're going to filter the transaction risk over time with the bar graphs. And we're going to show the results by week. Show the results by day. Okay, and then we're going to create an annotation. And we can see that every 4 weeks, there is a spike in risks. And now we could save it. Alrighty, now we're going to scroll down to the scatter plot type. You can see that the manual journal entry is listed as a high risk. So we will create an annotation that states that. Found to be high risk. We could go ahead and save that. So now we will navigate to the data table tab. And we will be looking at the transactions.
Okay, that's the same journal number.
And now we will be clearing the filter. Now we will be making sure that the view is set to transactions. So now we're going to switch to basic to create a filter. Now we're going to create a basic filter to identify medium risk revenue transactions that have monetary value above $10,000 by selecting account, revenue. And we're going to apply that. And then the monetary value would be more than $10,000. For Mindbridge score, we want to make sure that it is between the medium 30% to 49%. And we're going to go ahead and apply that. We're going to create a task. We're going to name the audit area medium risk, revenue greater than $10,000. Now we'll go ahead and save that. We're going to reset the filter before switching over to advanced. And here we're going to filter by control point. Is high risk, manual entry, and we can go ahead and apply that. Let's go ahead and apply that filter. Select those 4 open transactions. And we're going to edit the task. Okay. We're going to add a comment. And we're going to say that they appeared with the manual entry filter.
And save.
We're going to select the 4 transactions without the open status. And we will create a task for them. It'll be audit area manual entry. We can go ahead and save that. Now we will select the annotations page in order to export them. We're going to select them all as a group. We're going to export selected. Now we will move to audit plan. And we will select export.
In our analysis of Builder Inc., we identified a concentration of high-risk manual journal entries, particularly those ones done by the CEO, Steve Smith. The risk spikes were observed near period ending, suggesting increased adjustment activity during the closing process. Upon review of the highest risk transactions, it appeared that legitimate sales transactions were recorded correctly. However, the manual journal entries reversed the amounts, artificially increasing the gross profit and improving reported earnings. The manipulation did not involve increasing revenue, but rather suppressing expenses to inflate profitability. Given the identified high-risk transactions, these warrant of substantive audit testing and further investigation.